The following broadcast may contain explicit language and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the hosts, talent, and guests, and do not reflect the opinions, views, and standards of Pyro Media Enterprises, affiliates, subsidiaries, or its members.
And you better talk to me nicely. Next to blow, little bitch, I might be. Oh, can't forget all the days they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get advice from no. Talk to me nicely. I know that stay heated, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get advice from no. We on top, flipping the bird, they going sick. But I'ma make a meet.
Hey, everybody, it is Giselle, and I am back for another episode of I Have Thoughts. And let me just tell you, this week I got thoughts, okay? Now, first and foremost, I want to apologize to everybody who had to endure that train wreck of an episode week before last, okay? Your girl is out here doing the things because of folks like y'all that support me. And that means that, sometimes my schedule gets a little double booked. And look here, I tell y'all all the time, activism does not pay my bills. I got a job, you know what I'm saying? I got work to do. I got a job, baby. All my Beehive people know exactly where that came from. But anyway, I still want to apologize because it was just unprofessional. I feel like I pushed through, but y'all thought I was on crack. And, people was checking in to make sure I was good. I am good. I am great. I just learned that I cannot be Superwoman and I cannot be everywhere at the same time. So rest assured, we fixed that by changing the time of the show. So now we're going live a little bit later so that I don't have to do the stuff. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So y'all bear with me and thank y'all for giving me another shot. But without further ado, let's jump into the show. Tina Turner. This woman was a legend, is a legend, and will forever live on in our hearts. And I just wanted to take some time to just recognize the amazingness that is Tina Turner. We would not have Beyonce. Hell, we wouldn't have had Aaliyah, Ciara. We wouldn't have had anybody. All of the girlies that we love, we would not have them without the legs, the body, the resilience, the strength, the talent of Miss Tina Turner. And it was really sucky for all of us to lose her. And it was also really sucky for me last week just because we didn't have a show and I wanted to really go in and talk about it. And I'm really happy that I did get a little bit of time away to kind of sort of figure out what I wanted to say about Miss Turner. And I think that I wanted to just celebrate. Last week I would have been in my feelings, but this week I want to celebrate her legacy because she lived a damn good life and set a damn good example for women coming out of the struggle, whatever that struggle might look like, whether it was very similar to her own or your own sort of life, journey. And she deserves her flowers. And I'm sure she got her flowers, all throughout her life. And I just wanted to say thank you, Mama Tina. Rest well, come back and reincarnate yourself, give us those legs again to another body, my love. And we hope that you get the sleep and the rest that you need, right, before bringing yourself back on over to this realm and on this side of the plane again, all right? So with that being said, let's get into the mess, child. Let's get into the mess. There are things that are going on at Target, like Target being Target, okay? So there's a couple of things that I want to discuss, which is that I'm sure if you have not been living under a rock, you have seen that Target has been rainbow washing for the last couple of years. What you don't know, however, is that yours truly works personally with the folks at Target because, like I said, a bitch got a 9-to-5, okay? And one of those 9-to-5s is that I am a consultant and I do DE&I work. And DE&I work, at least my specific DE&I work, is focused on TGNC folk or trans and gender nonconforming people, LGBTQIA+ people, Black and brown folks, and also just working in spaces for all of those different groups and dynamics to function with an HR capacity that sees us all as human beings and has an equitable workplace module for us. Now, because I've been working with Target to do these things specifically, what I do know on the inside is that there are a couple of different levels to the reasons for why Target did what they did, but I can tell y'all that while I'm still gonna hold them accountable, they are not really super responsible. The people at the top with the money are the folks that make the final decisions. And let's just say that even though a lot of folks on the ground level, the supervisor level, the management level want to do right, they still have to answer to their bosses, and their bosses have to answer to the Republican people that pay into their system, that is Target, that gives us the beautiful things that we like to go and pick up from bougie Target instead of going to the Walmart down over there on 79 where the crackheads, and the people be at. So I can say that, from personal experience, from working with them, there is an actual push. There's a real, feeling of wanting to stand in the gap and stand in the paint with the community. Howsoever, when your executive leadership, when your C-suite team, when the powers that be care more about money than they care about the idea of how it's going to play out for the communities that you claim that you want to serve, there's a lot of nuance there. But without further ado, this ain't about them. Check this video out.
All right, I'm just going to say it like it is. Christians, it is time to cancel Target. And here's why. And don't tell me cancel culture's bad and Christians shouldn't participate in it.
Okay.
Yes, Christians should absolutely participate in cancel culture.
Okay.
The Bible itself says we are to be in the world, not of it.
I didn't know that.
And we're not only supposed to stay away from evil, but expose it.
Okay.
And this whole transgender pride, LGBTQ alphabet people pushing their agenda on children is 100% evil and 100% grooming.
I guess congratulations are in order. Okay, so what are we going to do about this? I have to say this next part. This is not intended to bully or harass anyone. This is for educational purposes. Everything she was saying still applies, right? Right. Now I have a genuine question for all the Christians. We have like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of evidence about the church doing this stuff. When do y'all cancel that? I genuinely am confused by all of this. Like, one is clothing that's not doing anything to hurt anyone, and the other one is people actually doing stuff to hurt people. As someone that consistently stands up and fights for children, I am genuinely asking why one and not the other. If you're new here, welcome to the Love Army, where we stand together. Much love, y'all.
Now, let me tell y'all something. I love Barrett. I love Barrett's content. I love the fact that Barrett is not afraid to call it out. And I love the fact that Barrett stands on intersectionality. But I also love this video in particular because it showcases very matter-of-factly the fact that there are some Christian people that live in oxymoronic, spaces. There are some Christian people that live in hypocrisy, live for hypocrisy. And also, they like to go with the status quo. They like to follow the rules of other people. They talk about grooming, but they're being groomed by other folks. Like, think about it. As an adult, when I think of somebody forcing something upon me, right, I think of someone either coming in and physically strong-arming me to do something that would benefit them or something that they want me to do, or I think of someone who is literally trying to manipulate me in order to get something that they want in return in the moment. And usually when you say by force, it is something that is of negative descent that they're trying to get you to do, and they think that you're not aware of it. Going into Target, seeing a shirt, and going, that's not for me. And then being able to walk away from that shirt is not force, right? Going into the baby section even and seeing a onesie with a rainbow on it and being able to walk away from that rainbow onesie is not force. Right. And I think that people need to understand that words mean things, right? Because to a lot of people, they like to remind me that being a woman means that I have to be born a biological female. So I think that they understand that words mean things because they love to throw out the fact that words mean things when they want to delegitimize the existence of trans people like myself. But what they don't understand is that you can't just throw around the word force, because words mean things, right? Nobody is forcing you to go into Target and purchase any of the things from this Pride collection. Nobody is forcing you to go in there or twisting your arm to go and put your kids in anything that feels inclusive or whatever the case may be. And up until very recently, rainbows on girls' clothing or, all of that stuff was not seen as a big deal. Now even young girls can't indulge in pretty rainbows and unicorns because their parents have forced them into believing thinking that there's a negative connotation behind it, simply because it is also a supportive symbol for LGBTQIA plus people. Now, let me be very mindful that Barrett made a very substantial point, which was, when do we cancel the other people that are doing things to harm our children? When do we cancel the other people that are saying things that make us uncomfortable, that are actually impacting the lives of people? There's a viral video that's going around of a woman at a session around transgender people in her county, and she literally says, a drag queen has never hurt me. A trans woman has never hurt me. I've never been raped at a drag show, but I have been raped in church several times. And so with this testimony, at what point do we say, maybe, just maybe, the people that we should be shielding our children from are these false prophets who are pretending as if they are keeping us safe from the demons that are LGBTQIA plus people? Right? And this is a thing that I can never respect. This is a thing that I don't understand. This is a thing that I'm going to go to hell in a handbasket over, because you would rather protect the idea or the ideation of your religious belief than you would actually want to protect real life children, real life people that are being affected. And most of the time, those are children and cisgender women in the church. And those are things that we claim to love, right? We claim that we want to protect cisgender women. We claim that we want to protect cisgender children. And yes, I made the distinction because y'all don't want to protect transgender children. Y'all want transgender children to want to kill themselves, detransition. Y'all want to pull them away from from their families, their loving families. Y'all want transgender children to simply not exist. So I make that that very what do you call it, purposeful statement to say that I see y'all. And it's not about the children. It's about the children that y'all deem worthy of your support and your protection. In the same way that it's not about all women. It's about women that you want to fuck, right? And so when we have these conversations, we have to be very honest about who it is that we're talking about protecting here, because it's not the same people. Y'all don't want to protect women. Y'all don't want to protect children. Y'all don't want to protect anything other than the idea that a lot of you all are closeted. And if there's a lot of acceptance from people about the LGBTQIA plus community, you no longer have your late night sneak freaks that are willing to do whatever, whenever, however, because guess what? Now they understand that they don't have to be hell-bent on finding a piece of tray to shove their face in the pillow at 3 o'clock in the morning, because they can live their life out loud. A lot of y'all need to understand that these people are dog whistling, and mostly cisgender heterosexual men are dog whistling because they like the idea of having the control over the queer community that they've had for years. These men have been dipping and dabbling with trans women, gay men, lesbian butch women, all of those things that they feel embarrassed and ashamed that they're attracted to. Howsoever, you know what I'm saying? When there's more acceptance for these people, those people stop answering their phones at 3 a.m. when you can sneak away from your wife and tell her that you're going out with the boys. Those people stop getting on Jacked and Grindr and looking for the straight boy hookup. Those people start to be in thriving, loving, real relationships with people that can actually give them what they need. And that's what a lot of these cisgender heterosexual men are afraid of. They're afraid of losing people who have been told that we are not worthy of love. And so we are taking whatever we could get. And the more visibility that we get, the more that people start to humanize us, the less that we take disrespect from people who do not deserve us. Wake up. I need y'all to understand and see that a lot of these men don't give a shit about people being queer. They care about losing access to queer people with low self-esteem. And that's a whole different video for a whole nother different day. But trust me, y'all ask for it and I'll give it to you. Moving right along. Let's talk about something better. I just want to be where the people are. I want to be where they stick forks in their hair. I want to be where they give motherfucking looks, bitch. Look at this girl. Look at this. Look at her. Look at this queen. Look at this motherfucking queen, okay? I am standing, and as my friend on the Instawebs would say, this is a push, okay? Like my homie King Daily Push would give this 10 pushes, the hardest of pushes, bitch. He would be pushing still. It would be giving very much so, it would be giving all of that because this girl pushed through every single premiere look that they gave her and she's still not Done. This is not my take about Halle as far as it pertains to The Little Mermaid. She slayed. If you saw it, go see it again. If you haven't seen it, what is you waiting for, hoe? Okay? Like, go and get you a piece of this young woman in that movie. But let me tell y'all something. The PR team, the budget from Disney, the budget, like, it's very clear. And this is no tea, no shade to Halle, okay? And Halle's normal budget. But it is very clear that Disney said, if you're going to give Ariel, we're going to make sure that you have the funds to give Ariel. Because I don't know if y'all know, but when you are working on projects, there's a set amount of budget for different things as the project comes out that you have to promote and all of that stuff. They usually give you like a hair budget, they give you a makeup budget, they give you a styling budget, they give you all of these things. And usually with the Parkwood Entertainment budget that, you know, Halle and Chloe have, it's cute. But it don't serve the way it's been serving with this Disney budget. Because y'all know that Disney budget is long money. That Disney budget is long coin. That Disney budget is wealth, bitch. It ain't riches. It's not just dollars, bitch. That Disney budget is wealth, bitch. And she looked wealthy. Miss Halle came out and stepped on bitches' neck, broke back mountains, and every motherfucking other analogy I could think of. And when I tell you I love to see it, I love to see a beautiful Black young woman out here slaying the game effortlessly and doing so while being humbly beautiful. This girl is the most unproblematic fave I have ever had in my life. And I can't, she can do no wrong for me right now. The looks serve, the attitude about her sister serves, the attitude about her career is serving. The only thing I need her to do is serve DDG them pink slip papers. Now, it's been said that her and DDG are no longer together and all of those things. I'm hoping that it's true, not because I don't think that my girl was in love. I do think that she was in love with him. I just don't think he was the one, okay? And so I'm hoping that that rumor is true. I'll report on it next week. I'm going to do a little bit more digging and research and all of that. But let me tell y'all something. I am proud of this queen. I cannot wait to see her in Color Purple. I can't wait to see the looks that she, you know, gives for those premieres, because at this point, this is a Halle Stan account. And so if y'all are sick of me talking about her, tell her to stop being in movies, because I'm going to keep doing it. Every time she show up, I'm going to show out. So that's just my thing. That is my thing. Halle, all of the flowers, thank you so much for taking it all in, taking it all on, and doing so with grace. And like I said, if you have not seen The Little Mermaid just yet, go and get your tickets. Support it like we supported Black Panther. Support it like we supported Woman King. Support it like we support everything else that's Black and good, okay? Because that's what this movie was. It was Black and good, and it was diverse, and it was amazing. It was awesome, and it made me cry. I didn't even care for the original Little Mermaid, but this really changed my perspective about the film, and not just because Halle was Black, but because she did a beautiful and amazing job in the film as an actress while being a Black woman in tandem. That's all I'm gonna say, because I could talk about this girl all day and tomorrow, okay? So with that being said, I'm gonna jump off into a commercial break, and I will be back with some more mess. Y'all stay tuned.
Talk to me nicely, Next to blow, little bitch, I might be. Oh, can't forget all the days they overpriced me. So now...
This episode is sponsored in part by Bullet and Flight Radio. Get ready to uplift your spirit with Bullet and Flight Radio, the world's leading progressive Christian radio station. Experience the vibrant fusion of gospel house music and a rich medley of inspiration from all musical genres that'll make your heart soar. Join their extraordinary lineup of today's trailblazers, visionaries, and voices that matter, all sharing their stories and wisdom. Stay plugged in around the clock as they broadcast unmissable content 24/7. Your go-to station for all things inspiring. Become a pilot today by visiting bulletandflightradio.com. Bullet and Flight Radio. Your story, our station.
I noticed they hit it, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get it.
That is my jam, okay? I love that little song. But anyway, welcome back to the show. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I love me some random cult classics that should have low-key stopped at movie number 2, but got about 13 more movies to go. But what I don't like is an ignorant bitch, okay? What I don't like is an ignorant minority bitch, right? And bitch being gender neutral, but it just so happens that this bitch is actually a female, okay? Let's talk about minorities in Hollywood, right? That minorities in Hollywood thing. I'm gonna run this video and then we gonna talk. So get into this real quick. We got a little technical issue. We're going to run the sound back in a second. But as y'all can see, this is Michelle Rodriguez, who is from the popular Fast and Furious, I don't even know, I don't want to say trilogy because bitch, it's 10 movies at this point. So franchise, that's what it is. It's a franchise. So this is Michelle Rodriguez from the franchise, as well as the failing Dungeons and Dragons movie because it sucked. It sucked. And I wanted to like it. It sucked. And you sucked in it, Michelle. That is all. Hopefully the clip is up.
I think it's so stupid for like everybody because of this whole like, you know, like minorities in Hollywood thing. Like stop stealing, you know, all the white people's superheroes. Like make up your own. You know what I'm saying? Like what's up with that?
Now, y'all, let me tell you something. What I don't understand is how people get a little bit of coin and forget, right, how they show up in the world. This reminds me very much so of the time that Lil Wayne was like, racism ain't real because I don't experience racism, right? And that might very well be true, but it's because you're Lil Wayne. Right? It's not because you're some magical Negro that they see the light in and, you know, you're just this like, oh, above it all, you know, like it's not because you special, right? You're not one of the special niggas. You're just a rich nigga. And so they watch what they say to you, about you, and around you because they need you to continue to do a thing for them. And the craziest part about it is that the thing that they want you to do, Lil Wayne, is rap, which is a stereotypical career for a black man, but okay. But back to Michelle. When we have this conversation, I think especially in the world right now, when we're talking about literal children still being in cages, when we're talking about having parents snatched away at the border, all of these different things, to have somebody sit back and say this minority stuff in Hollywood, first of all, visibility is a thing, bitch. And without this minority stuff in Hollywood, you probably wouldn't even have a role. You wouldn't even have a career. Now, before some of y'all get on me and get on Pyro Media Network and get on my producers about this being old news and it happening in 2015, I don't give a fuck if it happened in 2015 or, you know, 2 weeks ago, right? It should not have been a thing that came out of your mouth because this racial inequity in the community and within Hollywood did not just start. So it goes to show that when people get a little bit of power or when people find themselves in rooms that they didn't think that they would be in otherwise, they start to lose sight of the idea that it's not just about you being okay. It's about the people that look like you, that represent you, that don't have the privilege, that don't have the talent or the wherewithal sometimes to deal with what comes with having talent, you know, it is because of those people that you're uplifted. So for you to call it this minority in Hollywood thing, it's annoying. And it also feels like a dog whistle for either Black or queerness, right? Because even in 2015, this was a conversation that they were having around the visibility of trans people becoming super hyper visible within media, right? And we've always had the issue of people talking shit when it comes down to Black people expecting or wanting to be seen in positive lights and also to be seen more. And thank you to the person that corrected me. I believe her last name is Rodriguez. I don't know what I've been saying, but I don't care for this bitch at this point. So, you know, fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Fuck her and a correct pronunciation of her last name. Because what she needs to be doing is telling the bitch how to get into the spaces that she's been so lucky and blessed to be put in. And instead of complaining about the idea that people want to see more folks like her and themselves, she should be advocating for the idea of having more Hispanic people on screen, more people of her culture on screen. Now, don't get me wrong. As an Afro-Latina myself, I really wish that there were more stories about Cuban folks and not just this vast majority of, you know, people who are Hispanic. Because the way that we as a Cuban culture, and especially as Afro-Cubana people, like we do things a little differently. And I would love to see more representation for that. But according to Michelle, we'll never get it because she's sick of this minorities in Hollywood thing. But without that, people don't understand that there's an opportunity or there's a shot. Like, let's be honest, and no tea, no shade, it's a read, but it's not a read. You are a masculine, acting, looking, presenting Hispanic woman, bitch. And there was a girl out there that did not think that she could ever be seen as sexy while being all of those things at one time. You are low-key a whole nigga. Okay, and they are trying to make you a sex symbol with every dollar that they can pour into this goddamn franchise that is Fast Five, and it don't work. And they still try to paint you out as this sexy bitch and how you in here with these awkward ass sex scenes with Vin Diesel's awkward ass. And then you turn around and be trying to slap everybody in the face talking about minority thing in Hollywood. Girl, you are the minority thing in Hollywood, and that's no tea, no shade to the butch lesbian women or to any woman that like doesn't sit in traditional femininity, because there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm trying to say is that visibility matters. There is someone out there that feels like they have a shot to be all of those things and still get casted in the sexy, you know, woman role because of you. And for you to turn around and say that this minority stuff in Hollywood and all of that stuff, you are still the minority, and in more than one way. It is intersectional minority central over there for you. And the idea that if this is old, not only had this video resurfaced, but there's another video that resurfaced of her saying a bunch of other problematic things. One of the videos was of her talking shit about Marvel and saying like, how many movies can you make? And it's just like, bitch, you realize that y'all got 10 movies about a car, you know what I'm saying, that really shouldn't have been 10 movies long. And it started about street racing. And now the entire franchise is about how many times Vin Diesel can say family in a movie. Like, when I tell you, I can't. Like, when I say the pot is calling the kettle black as fuck over here for this lady, it just doesn't make sense to me. And so what I really want to say, Michelle, is get your shit together. Okay, get your shit together. And if these videos that are resurfacing are old and for some reason somebody is trying to like get you put out of the industry for whatever reason, there's more power in speaking up against it and talking about the fact that you've learned from it than sitting back and allowing this to just go viral and let people think what they want to think because you're just a badass bitch. Like, sometimes we all have to address the things that we've said that could be seen as problematic because it is important for people to see that we can acknowledge when we've been wrong. And a lot of motherfuckers like to talk shit and dish it out, but they do not like to take accountability when people call them in on it. So what I want to say is, I'm still gonna go watch the movies, girl, but I'm gonna have a whole attitude about it. And especially because you beat up Charlize Theron. I don't care for that because Charlize Theron is my bitch. I don't like the fact that, spoiler alert, you beat up Charlize Theron in that motherfucking prison. Because, bitch, what you had to do was come back and get that coat because you was cold as fuck. And you didn't know it was going to be cold out there. But she did. She knew. She knew. And I'm still mad at you about that. Because how you going to leave my girl in there when she was the reason that you was able to get out? Look here. You know what? You know what? Hope. Don't do it. Don't do it. This isn't the time or the place for this. This isn't. But I was real mad about that scene. Anyway, on to the next topic. Okay. The people are mad. The folks are screaming. The Christians, the Bible thumpers, everybody is tripping because the Bible is being banned, girl. Now, for those of you all who have not heard this story, Utah schools have banned the Bible for being too sexy. This is not something that is new to the Utah school system. They started to implement book bans for books that like had sexual nature or sexual content or things like that, be it imagery or writing. And they have deemed that there are certain parts of the Bible that give too much sex, girl. So the people in Utah say the Bible is giving Penthouse Live, and we don't like it. Okay, the good folks of Utah said the Bible is giving OnlyFans for the BC crowd, and we don't like it. Okay, the good folks of Utah said even though we ain't doing nothing but cow tipping and fucking, we don't want to read about it in our Bible, and so it's got to go. Okay, and it's the funniest thing in the world to me because these people remind me of a snake swallowing its own tail because it's just there and it's in the way. And it doesn't realize that it's its own tail because the snake is just so caught up in trying to devour everything in its path. And I feel like the Christians are glitching right now. Like, I wish I would have told production to find that little gif of Katy Perry like glitching and looking like the broken doll, because I would have played that. I need to remember that for next time, because that is exactly what the Christians are giving Katy Perry broken doll eye right now, because they don't even know from which place to go. And let me be mindful. I am a spiritual person. I believe in God. I believe in all of the things. Fuck your religion though, right? Fuck your religion and fuck all of the constructs that come with it, because y'all create a different set of rules every other day. Y'all create a different set of rules every time you get mad. Y'all create a different set of rules every time your child doesn't listen to something that you say. So at this point, I'm not going to wreck my brain trying to follow a religion that is ever changing, except for the part about being gay, right? Y'all will shift everything out of the way to adjust for this and for that, but some gay shit come up and y'all motherfuckers act like that is the unmovable stone of the Bible, right? And I can't. And so for me, what I love is that these conservatives out here, okay, these conservatives out here in Utah said, not us, okay? The Bible will not get away with sneaking that sexy shit up in here, okay? The Bible is not about to have Pastor John Witherspoon, okay, on the pulpit, fanning himself off. The Bible is not about to tell my wife what she should be getting, but I can't give her because I only got 3 good inches and Jesus had about 7 that we never saw, right? They like Utah said absolutely the fuck not, okay? Absolutely not. And it is just the funniest thing to me, y'all. But I had to bring y'all this story because I just like, at this point, who y'all mad at? Is it us? Is it each other? Do y'all even know anymore? Like, I feel like at some point we're gonna see videos of Christians standing in the mirror and whipping themselves. It's gonna be like lashings, oh my God, I've done so bad. I commented on somebody's Instagram picture and called him a bitch. I just foresee that eventually this radicalist Christian right-wing movement is going to turn into a clusterfuck of people seeking self-deprivation. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of excited to see it because I want to see these motherfuckers come unhinged, right? Queer people are supposed to be so unhinged and so like all of the things, but y'all get upset over there in the Christian community and y'all want to blow up people's shit. Y'all want to run into people's cars. Y'all want to snatch people's children. Like, we're supposed to be the sensitive ones. Remember, we're supposed to be the irrational thinkers, but y'all literally will see a rainbow flag and go find a cherry bomb. If that's not irrational, I don't know what is. Y'all will go inside Target and see clothes that you don't have to purchase and make video after video after video. And it's just giving, girl, get your milk and your Simply Made lemonade and get the fuck out of here. Like, you don't need to, you didn't even come in here to be in the clothing section. Why you mad? Why are you so pressed, Bethany? From Wyoming, soccer mom extraordinaire. President of the PTA this year because last year Shelly Ann beat you out and you'll never let yourself live it down. Homemade brownie baker of the year 2023, designated in February. Why you so pressed, Bethany? I do not For the life of me, I don't get it. But shouts out to Utah, because I guess if you can look here, if we gonna be those people, we got to be those people through and through and through. So I just want to know what they're gonna read now. How you gonna? What's your basic instructions before leaving Earth? What is it now? What is it like? How does it show up for you now? Like how do you read it? How do you know how to conduct yourself at this point if y'all have banned the Bible? Questions I need answers. So anybody from Utah, y'all answer. Put it in the comments. Let me know how y'all gonna do that, because I would love. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it in my Monique voice. I'd love to see it. All right. So moving on, y'all, to the next story. That's all I got. We didn't even have to really give this title. Like, we didn't have to give this segment a title. It's just Krishan. That's it. Krishan. Okay. Run the clip. Just run the clip, child. Just...
Krishan, how you feeling, son? You look the fuck good, bitch. Y'all make some motherfucking noise for my fucking Krishan. I said, can say your name up in my song?
I swear to God, I love Black women. I swear to God, I love Black women. As a Black woman, I swear to God, I love Black women. But why in the fuck is every appearance made by this particular young lady always the most ratchet thing that I have ever seen in history? And mind you, I grew up in the era of Vine. So I have seen some ratchet shit, bitch. I have seen some people try to do some ratchet shit in 15 minutes to go viral. This is everything that Krishan does is always the most ratchet thing. Her next thing is going to be the most ratchet thing that I've ever seen. But when I tell y'all, when I look at stuff like this and I see those people that are at that concert cheering her on and going ham as she's sitting there pregnant as fuck, all I can think about is the amount of people that look at queer people and specifically trans women and say, but you can't have no baby. But you're supposed to recreate. You're supposed to procreate. That's what y'all supposed to do. And that's why I don't really fuck with it, because y'all can't have babies. Oh, you're not a woman because you can't have a baby. You don't respect the sanctity of womanhood. And what the fuck is that? Run the clip again. Can we run the clip again? Can we just now look at I love that my producer knew exactly when to stop that clip. Because I needed the blink to be caught, and I was going to just blink as long as it took. But I love the fact that my producer knows me well enough to know that I needed you to stop it right there. Because what the fuck? Are you serious? Is that respecting the beauty of motherhood? Is that what we call respecting the sanctity? Like, I cannot. I really just cannot. And I do agree. I'm happy that she's away from Blueface. But to be perfectly honest, y'all, is he really the villain that we think he is? Or is he just a product of not being able to say no to a bitch that was willing to bop his ass, right? Like, the more I sit back and I think about it, I be looking some days and I'm just like, bitch, would I have stood up to her? Because Krishan be beating people. Like, I just really feel like had he really said his piece, Krishan would have bopped him. And she has bopped him. You know, I'm like, I'm a bad bitch, okay? And I ain't really scared of a lot of people. But I wonder if Krishan was like, bitch, I want to run my fade, if I would really be down to have that type of argument with her, you know? Because she done beat up Blueface a couple of times. So I wonder if he was really the villain, or if this whole time that baby was a victim, and really we should be happy that he away from her. I think that's the question that he answers. We're not going to get there on this particular show, but that's food for thought. What y'all think? Do y'all really, because no tea, no shade. It was giving problematic, toxic relationship. But honestly, Blueface just seemed like a regular fuck boy, fuck nigga type archetype, right? And he seemed like the honest fuck boy, fuck nigga archetype where he was telling you what he had going on. You either chose to deal with it or not. Krishan seemed like she was crazy. Okay, Krishan seemed like she ain't taking no for an answer. I want to be with you. I want this baby, whether you want this baby or not. And the fact that we still blaming Blueface for her downfall, I don't know, y'all. I think that they both, I think that they both got a little, a couple of screws loose. And I think that if we gonna feel bad for Krishan, or if we gonna uplift the fact that she away from him, I think we need to uplift the fact that he also got away from her, because he's been trying for a year and a half. Okay, this boy done said to her face, I don't want to be with you, and she refused to let this man go for a year and a half. So honestly, I think that I'm happy for both of them in this particular case, because they did not need each other, and it just seemed to be an unhealthy revelation. But this shit here, this ratchetry with the stage and the Glorilla, I'm over it. Like, and I'm over people glorifying it when they feel like it, but they're talking shit about it when they don't. And mind you, I'm here for a good twerking time, and y'all about to see how good of a twerking time I'm here for. But when it really comes down to it, y'all, I think that you do draw a line in even being in certain spaces when you're pregnant, right? There's certain environments that I don't want, like, to influence what I got going on. Babies can hear things at that stage of your pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? Babies are ingesting your surroundings at that stage of your pregnancies. That baby is in the womb looking something like this. Run the clip. That's all I got. All right, y'all. So last but not least on my topic list is something that I got a chance to partake in last week, and it was really, really dope. Janelle Monáe invited me to their private listening party, and I had a blast. I want to run this cute little promo for y'all and see if y'all can recognize a friendly face. You know, me and Janelle had a beautiful time. I was a VIP guest. I got to watch the show from the stage. There's a couple of videos that we're going to run for y'all. But I have to let y'all know, if you are a Janelle Monáe fan, look at me. Just look at me. Y'all see me, bald head, small head, black sexcellence with my horrible decisions tea. You know what I'm saying? Off the shoulder. Look at me. Just having the time of my life. Do y'all see it? Y'all see me in there having the time of my life. Look at them legs. Y'all see the yammies was out, okay? I was just having the time of my life. But I have to tell y'all that if you are a fan of Janelle Monáe, they put their ass, their titties, their vulva, and everything else in this album. And even if you don't like, or you've never really got into Janelle's music, when y'all hear the rest of this album, I definitely think it's going to give what it's supposed to have gave, okay? Me and Janelle had an amazing time. We did all of the things. It was a party. Everybody left that place soaking wet in sweat, okay? And those are the type of parties that I want to go to, okay? Those are the type of parties that I want to go to. I love going to a place where it's not about being cute. It's not about keeping your heels on. It's not about trying to get this dude to buy you a drink. I love going to the parties like the one that Janelle threw for us, because it was about having a good time and being invested in the music and doing all of the things. And we were in there, and Janelle was sweaty and wet and did not care. There was nobody to touch up the makeup. There was nobody to touch up hair. Janelle wore some big chunky braids on purpose. It wasn't like, it was just an authentic free ass motherfucker party. And I love it. On top of that, the album was great. But beyond that, your girl made a cameo. Can we run the clips? Can we run the clips?
Just for your love, I'll take my time. Just wanna feel your hips on mine. I really got a thing for my lipstick lover, 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 lover. I do anything for my lipstick lover, 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 lover. I really got a thing for my lipstick lover, 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 lover. I do anything for my lipstick lover, 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 lover.
Now, y'all. Let me tell y'all something, okay? Your girl lives her best life, okay? Look here, and some of y'all ain't gonna believe that was last week, because look at my hair, bitch. Do y'all not see it? Do y'all not see the hair? And that was just last week, bitch. That was last week, okay? My braider is the shit. But y'all, I enjoyed myself, okay? I enjoyed my full self. Janelle called me up on stage. I've had a pseudo relationship with them for a couple of years now. And basically they saw me out in the crowd and was like, come up here. Come here. And I could look, the song was good. The vibe was just what I needed for myself. And I got up there and showed up and showed out, okay? And I was just happy that people were able to catch the moment. But that energy that y'all saw from me was reciprocated by everybody in the room, y'all. It was a beautiful time. It was an amazing time. The album is dope. It's a very short album. It's only 38 minutes, but it's giving no skips. It is giving no skips. If you like the singles, be mindful that the rest of the album is a little bit different. I'm not going to really give too much away, but it's different in a really good way. So I really enjoyed it. I want to thank Janelle for inviting me. I want to thank the entire Wonderland team for putting together such an amazing, event. And your girl is definitely going to be at the concert, okay? Tickets are already copped. VIP tickets are already copped, okay? Because I want to be a free ass motherfucker. I love Janelle. I went to go see them back when the Dirty Computer Tour was out, and this is no different. I still love Janelle to this day. And I can't wait to see what they come up with for this tour. It is amazing. And especially because this album is 38 minutes, I know that they're going to bring back some of the classics. So it's just going to be a really dope overall show. And Janelle has an amazing mind and is super ridiculously creative. So we going to see, okay? We're going to see. With that being said, let's gear up for some final thoughts. Now, this entire episode has been about choosing whatever version of freedom looks like for you, right? Whether it be the freedom to be able to live your best life after adversity like Miss Tina, whether it be the freedom to walk past the things that you don't like and target like the bigots, or whether it just be the freedom to not say the things that are unnecessary like Michelle. It's about being able to be the best version of you in whatever way that looks like, even if other people don't agree with it. So this week, I want y'all to walk into it as your whole self, your full self, your best self, even if that self is sometimes problematic, because we can all stand to learn something new, even if it happens the hard way. So take this time this week to catch yourself slipping, and then allow it to happen anyway, and see what you can learn from the mistakes, but also don't allow people to make you feel like who you are is a mistake before you get a chance to learn those things. Take that with you and come back next week and tell me how you did. Until next time, have the day that you deserve, and I'll see you all around. Bye, everybody.
Talk to me nicely. I noticed they heated, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't good advice we know.
If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Pyro Media Network's YouTube channel for more awesome content. Plus, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live or upload new videos. Visit PyroMediaNetwork.com today, not just to check out our incredible roster of talented creatives, but also to gain access to exclusive bonus material available only to our Pyro fam. Show your support for this Black-owned indie network by donating today. Help us keep igniting brands everywhere.